Hi everybody, welcome back. I'm Joe K. Welcome if you're new to the channel and the online classes. It's nice to have you. I realize that every day we don't have an hour necessarily to practice, so once in a while I record some 30-minute or some 45-minute classes. Today we're going to do a 30-minute practice. And the thing to remind yourself of when you are getting on your mat for any length of time is, even if it's less than 30 minutes, I always try to go for at least 24 minutes. It seems to be a good amount of time to be able to drop into the breath, kind of work through the things that your mind might be attached to, is that you don't need to rush anything about the experience. Because it's 30 minutes doesn't mean that I'm going to move the breath pace at a rapid speed. And keep things nice and slow, deep breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. And it's just a matter that you're going to kind of bring it all together in a shorter amount of time versus being on the mat for 60 minutes or even longer sometimes when you're at the studio. Okay? So let's go ahead and start lying down onto your back. By your may notice, as I noticed, if I haven't had a extended or two, moving around your body and feel some of the energy or the stress that is stored or sticking in wherever you tend to hold your tightness. So it could be your hips, could be your shoulders. And so let's give ourselves our mind opportunity. Today when we were practicing Angela, understanding the functionality of the breathing that you're using is your diaphragm. And quite counterintuitive, most people think you're contracting the diaphragm exhale versus the inhale. You actually contract and engage in your belly goes up, your lungs expand to take in that volume of air. And then you're releasing the diaphragm on the exhale, and it opens up. It's like a parachute. It opens up and allows you to land softly or more softly than you would have into anything you're feeling, thinking, or processing. Every time you feel the inhale, the diaphragm contract. Do it one more time. Breathe in. And exhale, breathe out. And bend both legs if you're right to your space. You take in whatever is above you. I've got the ceiling of the studio. If you're outdoors, look at the sky, look at some clouds. And then as you press down into your feet with your arms by your sides, and begin to roll your hips up off the ground. And that'll bring the weight in across your back. And you want to keep your gaze square. And stretch the arms out to your fingertips. Even spread the fingertips as wide as you can. And take a breath here. It's a version of a supported or easy bridge. Honor the breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Could mean just bring your attention towards your breathing, and then go ahead and exhale. From your upper back into your mid back to your low back, coming down onto the mat. Right arm goes over your head. And then turn onto your right side. And use the opposite palm, press up, turn, and come into all fours so you're facing the top of your mat. Hands can be just in front of your shoulders. And your wrists are flexed. And then start to tone. Feel your belly come in, press down through the tops of your feet, and rock a little weight forward, rock a little weight back. And you should be able to feel it as you inhale, come forward. And then more in your core as you exhale, hips back. And do one more inhale, come forward. And as you exhale, take your hips back. Into neutral, hips over your knees. And shoulders above or again just behind your wrist. Tuck your toes with an exhale and draw your hips and your thighs back and pressing the palms down. And then you can lengthen the legs, pressing the heels towards the mat. And find your gaze point being upside down, unless you're just naturally and very open in your down dog. The gaze is probably going to be somewhere from the middle of your mat, heading back to about a foot in front of your toes, somewhere in that range. And find it, feel it through the upper back muscles, and keep lifting the bottom half of your bum, your sitting bones towards the sky. And let's feel it on the inhale. Come forward to a high plank. And rather than holding it or getting stuck in that energy, we're going to exhale, bend the arms, lower down, but then push right back up, straight arms. And exhale, lift your hips, down dog. So we'll do all of that in one exhale, down, up, and back into your dog. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, go down, up, press back into your down dog. And again, inhale, come forward. Exhale, down, up, press back into your dog. If that's not so light, that's okay. And stay in your down dog, breathe. And you'll feel the progression in your practice. As you land on your mat, linking your breath will bring you more into your legs, into your core. And that expression we just did with those push-ups will get lighter and come with more ease. Big toes together. Bend the knees, inhale, look forward. Exhale, take 2 big steps to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, draw your chest forward. Exhale, bow, forward fold. Inhale, rise, stand the arms up, come up with a little power. Exhale, hands land in front of your heart center. Inhale, circle the arms, reach up. Exhale, dive, lead with your chest, forward fold. Inhale to lift halfway, fingertips are fine. Exhale, step left and right foot back into your high plank. Middle fingers pointing forward and parallel to each other. And if your elbows have a tendency of turning out, could be the tightness in your shoulders, wrap the elbows in, bend the arms, lower halfway down. This time, tops of the feet, inhale, press as you lengthen up dog. Exhale, step back into your downward facing dog. There's no substitute, and I've said this many times, for that breath. Once you feel the body, provide the response to the sensation by taking a deep breath in, and with your lips seal the full breath out. Right heel comes in front of your left big toe, and then stamp the right heel down. This will be quite the sensation coming into your lower leg on the right side. And keep the legs as such. Start to walk your hands back towards your feet. So it's like we're standing on a tightrope, and bring the weight towards the big toe sides of your feet. So that's going to draw your inner thighs into this bit of a cross. And then as you're holding yourself here on this tightrope, keep breathing. Take your arms out into a T, interlace the fingers behind your back, and bring the weight into your heels more. And then as you exhale, reach your knuckles up. And feel your chest coming down. It can be a lot. If it's too much, hands can always stay on the ground. If you had that little wobble like me, all good. Make the adjustment, take a breath, come back into it. And soften your grip, bring your hands back to the mat, and begin to crawl your hands forward. Your left ankle crosses the back of your right ankle as we come out into a plank. And find that distance, shoulders over your wrists, squeeze the ankles, feel your inner thighs. This is going to bring you so much deeper into the strength of your low abdomen. Bend your arms, lower halfway down, and bring your left foot inside. Press through the tops of the feet. Inhale, up dog.
Exhale, press back into your downward facing dog. Your right leg should feel a little different than your left leg. And that's what happens when you stretch it out. When you release the tension, and it's all connected. That tension in our lower leg is connected to our hip, is connected to our neck, is connected to our shoulder. And bring your left heel in front of your right big toe. Ooh, stamp that left heel down. And begin to walk your hands back towards your feet. And once again, we're on the tightrope. Big toe mounds pressing down. And if I bring more attention, and I'm talking at the same time, so if I bring more attention into the rootedness through the feet, the connection to the breath, the eyes on one spot as you bring the hands behind, and you may still feel those wobbles, but you're less likely to tip over. Reach your knuckles up. Yes, bring your hands back down to the ground. And feel that openness across your back. Walk your hands forward. And the right ankle crosses over the back of the left ankle. And give yourself space as you set and squeeze the ankles. Draw to your low abdomen. Feels good because you're hollowing out your belly. Where a lot of that cortisol, stress, it wants to inflate the belly, hollow it out. Bend the arms, lower halfway down. And bring your right foot inside, tops of the feet. Inhale, straight arms, up dog. Exhale, lift your hips, downward facing dog. And feel both legs having been opened a bit. And spread the fingers, big toes together. Bend the knees, inhale, look forward. And exhale, walker, little hop to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, come up with a little power. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, circle the arms up, lengthen. Exhale, swan dive, lead with your chest. Inhale, lift halfway. Plant the palms. You can step or light jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, tops of the feet. Exhale, press back into your downward facing dog. So it's not how fast you can go, it's actually how deep you can breathe and slow your body down, and that will take you deeper into the expression of the posture, and that's going to relate to some place in your mind. It's inhale, lift the right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose. Inhale, kick back and up. Exhale, draw your knee into your nose. Inhale, back and up. And exhale, knee to your nose. Turn the knee out. Step right foot outside your right hand. So I'm even off the mat. And reset, come up to your fingertips. And so the arms being a little bit longer will deal with any tightness that you're holding in your hips. And you can still feel the breath moving through the upper body. Soften your back knee down. Left palm sets flat, arms straight. Twist, reach your right arm up. It's easy to kind of rock off to that left side and keep your front foot, big toe mound pressing down. And so you're holding your hips integrity through the lunge, and then you're focusing that sensation and breath through the twist in your rib cage. You start to reach your right arm forward over your head. Look down, bring your right hand inside your right foot, turn that left shin to the right. And that sets the hips. Reach your left arm up. And the gaze can stay down. And hips can start to slide forward as you use your right arm. And keeping the knee turned out. And you should feel this in your upper back. And take a deep breath down towards the base of your pelvis. On your exhale, bring your gaze and left hand down. Turn those left toes out. Lift your back knee as you tuck the toes. Step your right leg back. Come into a plank pose. Take an inhale. Exhale, outer edge of your right foot, but I'm lifting the bottom hip. Stack the top leg, press the ground away, and begin to reach your left arm up, side plank. Head up, and versus falling down.
And bring your gaze back to the mat. Pivot on your toes. I'm pressing the ground away through the left hand as you set the left palm. And pressing the ground away through the right palm, that is. Take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Right foot grounded. Inhale, left leg lifted up. Kick back through the heel. Exhale, knee to your nose, crunch. Inhale, kick back and up. Exhale, knee to your nose, crunch. Inhale, kick back and up. Exhale, knee to your nose, stay. Turn the knee out, step outside your left hand. So that's using your outer hip muscle. And fingertips, you can come up to them, making your arms a little bit longer, and therefore your back leg is straight, and your breath can be comprehensive. If your breaths are really short, then slow down the movement of your body. Soften the right knee down to the ground. Untuck the toes, right hand flat. Twist, reach your left arm up. The hips are falling off to the right. Left big toe into the mat. Keep the integrity of the hip square, and then you can feel more of the rotation through the torso. And you can start to bring your left arm forward. And you notice these aren't jarring movements, and flow with breath. Gaze down, left hand inside your foot, and turn your right shin to the left. That's going to draw the hips back. And setting the hips, right arm comes up. Gaze is the last thing to turn. If you're still looking down, that's great. You should feel underneath your shoulder blades. The hips relating to the spine and the openness to the front body. Breathe into it. On your exhale, bring your gaze and right hand down. Turn your right toes out, tuck them under, lift the right knee. Set your hands, step back into your high plank. Left palm set, turn to the outer edge of your left foot, lifting your bottom hip. And as you inhale, float your right arm up and keep your head lifted versus falling down. And we're maintaining the connection to the bottom hand, strong through the upper back, pushing the mat away as you gaze down. Pivot on your toes and make your way back into your down dog pose. And feet about hip width, hands shoulder width apart. And on the inhale, lift your heels, suck your low belly in. Let's roll out into a high plank. Neck is long, and then your back turns flat. And then reverse, tuck the chin, dome through the upper back, middle back, lower back, and make your way back into your dog, heels heavy. Inhale, lift the right leg up, kick back through the heel. Big step, right foot in between your hands, soft landing. Inhale, rise, keep your back leg straight as you draw your chest up. Feel it underneath your ribs. Palms in prayer, bring them behind your head. And as you lift your elbows, lift your ribs, bend deeper into your front leg. It's exposing this relationship through your hip flexors on the left leg, and then through the ribs into the spine. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, sweep the arms back. Spread the fingertips wide. Firm into your front foot. Breathe in. Exhale, light step, left foot to the top. Big toes together, reach your arms up. You're in chair pose. Stand up, hands to your heart center, all the weight into your left foot, and hover your right knee in front. Right ankle to your left thigh. Flex the ankle means toes drawing back towards the knee, and begin to sit down, begin to sit back. So you've already added on. I don't worry about levels of yoga. We can all be in balance. We can all be out of balance. So don't get caught up if you fell out. Take a breath, come back into it. In your inhale, rise, lift your right knee in front, arms go up. Exhale, step down, hands to your heart center. Inhale, circle the arms up, contract the diaphragm. Exhale, open up, forward fold, and release the diaphragm. Inhale to lift halfway, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant. You can step or little jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, press through, upward facing dog. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. And you may notice the longevity of a breath cycle has increased. That would be a really good sign for the mind. Right foot stays, inhale, left leg up, kick back through the heel. Exhale, big step, left foot all the way through to lunge. Right leg is straight, inhale, circle the arms, reach up. Palms together, hands behind the head. And lift the elbows, lift the ribs, bend deeper into your front leg. And breathe through it. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swing the arms by your sides, chest forward. And you've got your torso. In repetition, you will find in the landing space within yourself. Take an inhale. Exhale, step your right foot to the top. Big toes meet, arms up, Utkatasana chair. Lightning bolt shape with your body. Stand up, hands to your heart. Weight into your right foot, hover your left knee. Ankle to your thigh, figure four. Flex the ankle, toes to the knee, and then begin to sit back. As you sit down, focus your gaze on one spot. And what's tight, breathe into it and rise. Lift your left knee, arms up. Exhale, step your left foot down, hands to your heart center. Inhale, circle the arms up, contract the diaphragm. Exhale, dive, release, sit as you forward fold. Inhale to lift halfway. Plant the palms, you can step or that light hop, chaturanga. Tops of the feet press through your upward facing dog. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. And feel the draw back through your inner thighs. Separate your feet as wide as the yoga mat. Keep your left hand where it is. Take your right hand, grab for the outside of your left shin. Turn your gaze underneath your armpit. Bring your right palm back to the top. And set your right palm, take your left hand across, grab the outside of your right shin, and then twist. Turn your gaze underneath your armpit. Let's play the game. Bring your left hand forward. You look at the top of your mat, and then you're going to cover the top corners of your mat with your hands. So if you're shorter, it's going to be a little bit more challenging. Step your feet back into the back corners of your mat. Right? Even if your shoulders are behind your wrists. Hey, now get your hips in line with your armpits. And if you went splat, have a good little laugh. Right on your belly. But you got a firm pressing down. And then find that center as you draw everything in, up through the thighs, in with the belly so you don't slip. Stay with your breath, 10 seconds. Five seconds. Use your legs. Bring your left hand back under your shoulder, right hand back under your shoulder. And then draw your hips up. Should make down dog feel really easy. On your next exhale, belly like breaks, come down onto your knees. Untuck your toes. Move your hips so they're stacked over your knees, and then crawl your hands out, hands wide, and we're going to come into puppy pose. Forehead can touch down. Once you start to open up a little bit more, and the ribs fall out, it's your chest and your chin. But at first, it's your forehead. And feel the knees firm the hands, and start to lift the chest, look down. Bring your left hand back, bring your right hand back, and then bring your knees in. Step your right foot in between your hands, low lunge. One hand on each side, and give your hips a couple pulses, forward and down. And see where you're getting sticky, and then ground through the top of your back foot. On the inhale, hips stay heavy, circle the arms up. Low lunge as you feel the draw up through your wrist, breathe through the shoulders. And then T-twist, take your right arm back, left arm forward, and work down into that hollowed action of your low belly, a broadening to your chest, incredible amount of strength in through your upper back to twist. Right arm comes down, starts to come forward, and as you face forward, inhale, both arms up. Belly stays in. Exhale, cactus your arms, open your chest. You might feel a little crack in your breastplate bone. Look up. Inhale, arms up, gaze forward. And exhale, reach your arms forward, lean forward. Set your hands down to the ground. So your fingertips will practically be in line with your toes. And now send your hips back, flip your right toes up. Ooh. The back is going to round a bit. Stay active through your core. And keep working to drop the curve out of your spine, meaning chest comes forward as your hips go back. It's a lot of openness in the hamstrings if you can get your legs straight, toes up, and your back flat. And hands stay, chest comes forward, bend into your front leg. You crawl your hands back about 6 inches, scoop the belly, chin to your chest, slide your right foot back, and then kick it straight back behind you. Left palm sets flat. Turn your left shin out a little bit, grab the top of the mat with your left foot, and then start to open up your hip. Right arm comes up, stacking as you draw your ribs in, and then gaze sideways or gaze up and half moon on your knee. And bring your gaze and right hand down slowly. And pivot your right hip down, square with your left hip. Keep your right leg lifted, reach your left arm forward, inhale. Exhale, do a crunch, left elbow to your right knee, squeeze. Inhale, kick back, reach forward. Exhale, do a crunch, elbow to your knee. One more, inhale, back, reach forward. And exhale, do a crunch, elbow to your knee. All four, set tabletop, inhale. And fully exhale. If you'd like to, flutter your lips, release your jaw. You can wag your tail side to side. And set your lunge, bring your left foot in between your hands. And frame your foot, one hand on each side. And there's a lot of, you're not twisting in the lunge, the intention is to be square, but there's a lot of things that are turning and twisting and to avoid the sensation and coming down. So it could be your back ankle. You roll some more weight to the pinky toe side edge of your foot. It could be the front ankle. Bring the weight back into the big toe side. Hips stay heavy as you inhale. Circle the arms up. And arms straight, palms face. And the idea is that your arms, as you can see me from the side, are hiding most of my face. And the biceps around the ears. And keep broadening breath to the chest. As you exhale, T-twist, left arm back, right arm forward. And so many places to feel the twist. Left arm starts to come down, forward. Inhale, both arms up. And belly stays in. Exhale, cactus the arms, open the chest. And feel the breastplate bone. It can crack. Take your gaze up. Inhale, arms up, look forward. And exhale, reach your arms forward, lean forward. And set your fingertips down onto the mat. Nearly in line with your toe tips, take an inhale. And exhale, straighten your front leg. Keep the hands where they are. It'll be very easy to see if this side is tighter than the other side. You don't get mad at the imbalance in the body. That's why we're here. Don't get mad at your tension that your body's holding. That's why we're here. Breathe into it. And build a relationship with the sensation. Breathe in, come forward to lunge. Walk your hands back 6 inches. Chin down, scoop the belly, drag your left foot back, and kick it straight out behind you. Right palm sets flat. Turn your right shin out, and feel the top of the mat, ground the foot. And as you stack the hip, stack the shoulders, left arm up, half moon. Nice deep breath, strong core, and turn your gaze down. Left hip in line with your right hip, and left palm to the mat. Reach your right arm forward. Stretch out, take an inhale. Exhale, elbow to your knee, crunch. Inhale, kick back, reach forward. Exhale, elbow to your knee, crunch. One more. Inhale, kick and reach. Exhale, elbow to your knee. And come back to all fours, tabletop, and give your hips that sway side to side. And set your hips square, crawl your knees forward, and take your knees as wide as your yoga mat. Big toes together as you can. Sit down between your heels. Walk your hands behind. And let's start with straight arms, fingertips pointing towards the knees. And give yourself a little room. Hover your bum an inch or so and tilt the pelvis so your tailbone points towards your knees. And with your belly supporting, begin to recline through the exhale and come down onto your elbows. If that's too much, and stay up on your hands. Feel your quads stretch. And then as you feel the support, you're not dropping the head back, but you can bring the neck in line with the spine. Some of you will take this all the way down onto your shoulders. Simply make sure that you're not compressing and dumping all of that tightness and tension into your low back. That would be counterproductive. From neck in line, chin to chest, and belly in. As you make your way up, ground the shins, and back through your elbows, back through your palms. And adjust your knees in so they're hip width. And sit on the shins, hands on the lap. And gaze straight out in front of you. Take a few slow, and could be deeper breaths here. On your next exhale, open the eyes, bring your hands forward, and step back into your high plank. Should feel good to release the flexion from the knees. And then bring your right knee to your right wrist, and we'll set up for single pigeon. Right shin down. And hips square, come down onto your elbows. And as your forearms support, you can let your head drop. And breathe in, make your way back up to the palms. Set the hands, tuck the back toes. Exhale, lift the knee, step back to your high plank. Switch left knee, left wrist. And right knee softens down, untuck the toes. And hips square, keep breathing through the nose. Exhale, come down onto your forearms. Everything around us is getting faster and faster to the point where, you're frustrated, I'm frustrated if the search on the cell phone doesn't come back in a millisecond. If the person behind the counter doesn't acknowledge us within 5 seconds. And so what we can do is we can practice and we can slow down the relationship to everything within ourselves and lessen that expectation that everything has to be so fast, because I can assure you that we do not want it all to go by so fast. And breathe in, make your way up to your palms. Set your hands, tuck your right toes, lift the knee, step back into a plank. And feel the supported plank inhale. And then to both knees, untuck the toes. Exhale, take your hips all the way back, child's pose, forehead down to the ground. And probably feel deeper in your child's pose. And relax the forehead. And feel the calm, walk your hands in. And then go ahead and make your way into a cross-legged seat. You could face the top of your mat. I'm going to turn to face you. And rest the backs of your hands on your inner knees, inner thighs, palms facing up. And I invite you to close your eyes, but you're welcome to keep your eyes open and rested on a single spot out in front. And being able to drop into this practice, feeling our body connecting to the breath, which is the connection in between the body and the mind, is such a gift. And thank you all so much for sharing the space. And please always feel to reach out. Let us know how your practice is going. Let me know if you have any questions about your practice. And I love seeing where you're practicing, so post something, tag us, and it's awesome to see where you're practicing. And thank you all for today. Hope you have a beautiful day, and hope to practice with you again very soon. Namaste.